peace, and roll back to all. And those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time, welcome. This is your girl, the butterfly, and we about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all that good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right in that good 9 mind. How y'all feeling today? Hope you guys most definitely moving on up in your higher natures and cleansing. Say what? Oh yeah. Cleansing the lows. I came on here today to express. All right now. So we're moving on up into the book. And I'm introducing for people that don't know and people that are continuing tuning in. All right now, moving forward on up into the Holy Tabernacle Guide for better living, purity, and neatness, and the maintenance of health. This right here will certainly help you on this good journey within. So with that being said, family, let's get started. All right now, and so where did we leave off? Let's go. All right now, so the heading was called Health and Relaxation. And the question is, what are the basic aspects of living healthy? Question. And this is Dr. Malachi's answer. Proper exercise, proper breathing. Now, if you want to know what proper breathing is, all you gotta do is do this. Breathe in your nose. Hold it for 4. Breathe in your nose for 4. Hold it for 4 and out for 4. So again, let me repeat that one more time. Breathe in your nose for 4, hold it for 4, and out for 4, right? And of course, I'm talking right now, so again, you gotta do it, of course, silently, right? And that's how you do your breathing exercises. Now, if you want to go deep more in depth, our master teacher has written a book called The Breath, and it is on my channel if you want to check it out yourself and do a deep study and begin to work on your breathing techniques. All right now, so I'm going to leave it at that for now. Moving on, proper relaxation. Now, one way is to relax is you can also check out our master teacher's video, and it's called on YouTube, and it's called Relaxing with the Ethereans, right? That most definitely will help you to relax, listening to the tones and sounds, and most definitely get you going. Because it's all about learning to relax. Get with yourself, be in your own energy, just being, right? Just relaxing, right? Letting it all go, right? So, moving on. Now, proper diet. Now, we are appointed to be vegetarians. So again, just a reminder. So that proper diet, that right there is moving you on up your course to your higher self, right? And so if you are still on the meats, a way to wear yourself off is substitute and moving on up into fish, and then, you know, eventually letting it all go. So being patient with yourself and taking your time and, you know, substituting and eventually wearing yourself off of it through the months and 3 years maybe, could take longer depending on the person. So again, food was my battle and still is, right? So again, it's all about learning how to do what's good for yourself, and that's it. You know, what the Most High says is what the Most High says. Nothing behind it, right? So again, it's all about learning how to apply those things to your life and treat yourself well, because it's all for the well-being and health of your mind, your spirit, your mental, and your soul, right? So as long as your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul is in good health, that mind will be right, and you'll begin to live your life in a dynamic way and have a dynamic existence while you're here, right? So you'll be moving on up in vibrations as well. So, and frequencies. So, Ultimately, that's what it is. Sounds simple, right? It's all about, the simple life. People think they're supposed to be out here doing all of these things. Again, family, that's a trap. Remember that. It's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. We live in a simple life. It's actually peaceful. But people may not know. It's very peaceful. And again, you get more in tune with yourself, and you begin to pay attention to things around you so much better. And you begin to appreciate things and be grateful more for the small things, the littlest things, stuff that you may not have paid attention before. It begins to become oh so clear. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that for now. Moving on. Positive thinking. Positive thinking is very important on this good journey within, because if you're not thinking positive, then you're thinking negative, right? Or neutral, right? But either way, it's about always thinking positive, because again, you are, what you attract, and your thoughts do create ripple effects and could attract something that you didn't want, right? So it's always good to think positive at all times, as much as you can, in the best of your ability, right? Of course, you're going to have moments. We all do. But again, it's about learning what the true focus is, seeing it from a higher state or point of view, bird's eye view of your situation, whatever problem you may be facing, and certain things that may be happening. Always remember, see the good in it all, regardless. And even if you don't see the good in all at that moment, I'm sure if you were everything back at all the situations that you already faced already, and you look back, you'll see why, and you'll see some good in it. And whether that's to get you about the situation, whatever that might be, you might feel like it's falling apart when it's really all coming together. So it's real, family. So whatever you may be facing, know that you can conquer. All right, now. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. Moving on. So, positive thinking are the attendant that leads to a healthy and dynamic and effective existence. Proper relaxation is needed to maintain mental and spiritual and physical health. We must learn to relax. Many think that relaxation involves leaving home, right? Many think that relaxation involves leaving home for some exotic place which the mind and the body are ceaselessly pumped with stimulants and the presence and a full range of other damaging delights, right? True relaxation comes from the removal of the stimuli, the visual and edible and otherwise, and tuning into the inner awareness. It's all about staying in tune with yourself, being aware of what's happening inside of you, being honest with yourself, with what's happening inside of you, like your energies, how you feel, and being real, and begin to understand, okay, there's certain things that you must change if you're feeling this way. It's not about holding it all in, it's about letting it all out. And I'm not speaking about in a negative way, more in a positive way, with uplifting activities or things that you can do using your creative side of your brain to express yourself in the best way you know how. Right? Or writing it down, right? However that may be for you. It could be talking to someone you care about, that you understand, that knows you, and y'all can go back and forth, one moment. It could be writing it out. It could be music. It could be something that, be good, something that you can do to get it out. Right? Journaling. Something that you can do to get out. Art. Something you can do to just let it out. Right? In a positive way. Okay. So, let's move on. Listening to soothing music also relaxes you. So meditation is the key. right? Listening to music that relaxes you. It is best not to listen to loud, fast music while relaxing. Loud music and noise from trains and the subways, gas fumes from the buses and cars are very intoxicating. Loud, sudden noises as from sirens, jets taking off, gunshots startle and frighten you. All of which distracts the mind from the remembrance of the Most High. Remember that. Music is very powerful source. Music is a very powerful force. Excuse me, not source, but force. Music is a very powerful force. Musical notes are sound waves that set up specific vibrations within the ear, which in turn sends electrical messages to the brain, stimulating thoughts and emotions. We must learn to control our emotions when there are emotions, because it can lead to detrimental situations and things that, you got no business doing or being around, right? When we begin to let sometimes our emotions be in motion. We gotta control it, right? Okay, moving on. There are notes in music that can make you happy or sad. Heavy metal rock music creates unnatural, loud, and high-pitched noises, as by electric guitars and synthesizers. They destroy the hearing and have an extreme negative effect on a portion of our brain called the cerebral cortex. The cerebral cortex controls the sympathetic nervous system, and its functions is to activate and accelerate major organ systems. The brain moves. The brain works faster. Heart beats and respiratory speed up, etc. So preparing the body to react to any situation as in an emergency. The body is ready to fight or flight. This music keeps one hyped up, keeps one in a hyped up, irritated state. Check out the music these days, right? I can't even listen to it. When I hear some music, I have to turn the station, I have to turn the channel, tune into something else, especially when it's playing and someone else is listening to it, right? Okay, so yeah, this program music stimulates certain psychological responses affecting our thoughts and mood. Beware repeated exposures to this kind of music overstimulating the brain and will destroy the brain tissue. So it's deeper than music. Be mindful of what you listen to and the tones and the sounds that you tune into. Be mindful. You live in an electronic environment. The use of electronic current increases almost daily. You take it for granted that you have the convenience of cassette players, household appliances, microwaves, personal computers and antennas, or outside power lines. However, be aware that all of them create unseen electrical forces which consistently surround you, called the extremely low frequency electromagnetic fields, created when an electrical current passes through a wire. Consistent exposure to these electromagnetic fields, as most of you are, can cause brain and other types of cancers. And senility, as well as other effects. Do not spend long periods of time around areas with a lot of electricity flowing. Don't sleep with your head near electric clocks, etc. Become less dependent on electricity. The following is a chart ranging the worst sources of these electromagnetic field hazards, taken from the Time magazine, published December 24th, 1990 AD, contributing to the hazards of electromagnetic fields, electricity. And one moment. Alright, so let me repeat that one more time. So, contributing to hazardous and of electromagnetic fields, electricity is ionizing radiation. Our sun gives off radiant energy in the form of visible light. So, invisible heat, infrared or ultraviolet rays, X-rays, gamma rays, these radiations travel in waves and is absorbed by the human body. The sun is moving closer to our planet Earth. As a result, its radiation energy is getting stronger, with increasingly harmful effects. Gamma rays cause headaches and eye aches, typically in the inner corners of the ear. Ultraviolet radiation causes skin cancer, especially in Caucasians, who lack the protection of melanin, skin pigment, that Nubians have. However, don't fool yourselves, because Nubians have heat strokes also. Although it is not as many Nubians having heat strokes, it does happen. Heat strokes occur when all of the body normal responses to heat are exploited. Fatigue, dehydration, heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke all come about more quickly. The body temperature controlled system, sweating, breaks down. You stop sweating, your body temperature rises to a point where your vital organs stop functioning. So where your vital organs stop functioning. X-rays, especially in its concentrated form as used in medical practice, increases our risk of developing cancer and leukemia. Even dental X-rays. Their effects are accumulative. The more your exposure, the worse your chances. So don't take unnecessary X-rays. It is better to live in rural type areas where harmful energies like ionizing radiation, microwaves, electricity, nuclear power plants, radio and television broadcasting, and radar are less concentrated rather than in the cities. Alright, now, like any piece of sturdy machinery, the inocyte, the mortal physical and mental bodies can take quite a bit of abuse before giving any signs of prostate. Unfortunately, in the Western thinking, it has become a practice to ignore the basic rules of health and to think that appear here or there, which relieve symptoms, will actually bring about well-being, and is quite the opposite. It is true. Pain in the body is a warning. like a red light on the instrument panel of a car. Taking this or that compound of chemicals to remove the symptoms is the same as taking a hammer and breaking the red light. It does nothing to solve the problem. In fact, may make it worse, while only giving the appearance of helping. Many chemicals ingested are not useful to the body and cannot be eliminated, and are therefore merely stored. The medicines accumulate along with the food additives that are eaten in such abundance, on the average of 25 pounds per person per year, and they compound with, or they combined with each of them to literally poison the system. So they combined with each other to literally poison the system. The effects may not be felt for many years. This does not mean that there is no need for modern medicine, but often doctors are considered to have some form of absolute knowledge. Too often, frequent visits to the local GP, general practitioner specialist, or psychologist are substituted for just living a healthy life. Most of the diseases of the mind and body can be eliminated by following the 5 basic points, and they are: proper exercise, proper breathing, proper relaxation, proper diet, positive thinking, prayer, and meditation. Alright now. So that right there is the end of his answer. Alright now. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. On that note, family, hope you all know that you are loved beyond this world. Begin to spread the love one to another. Be the peace that you seek. Release. Our master teacher, Dr. Malachi York, out. Peace. Shalom. Hashug, divine love, family. And wow. Do. And it's all love.